All right, y'all. It's your boy Kojo, or Dr. Kojo, your Hollywood mental health expert, and I'm going to be talking about the most important thing that you can have right now. The best thing that you can have right now. We're not going to spend too much time being around the bush. I'll get right into it because I like the YouTube videos where the YouTuber gets straight into it. The most important thing and the best thing that you can have right now is a sound mind. A sound mind. In a world where, at least here in the US, we have this upcoming election, we have financial and economic uncertainty, we have the dating landscape. My laugh says everything that you need to know about that. We have overstimulation from social media, we have trauma from our childhood, trauma from what we've seen on TV and social media. There's a lot going on right now. There's a lot going on in this world right now, and it makes it hard for you to do a couple of key things. It makes it hard for you to get enough sleep, and it makes it hard for you to make sure that you're sticking to a routine, taking care of your body, working out, doing the key things that you have to do to make sure that you feel good. And if you feel good, then you can be good and take care of things. The most important thing you can have right now in 2024 is a sound mind. Is a sound mind. And my perspective, I guess, growing up with, you know, growing up with very little, it puts things into a lot of perspective. Like, I grew up, first of all, I'm not from this country. I'm born in Ghana, West Africa. We spent a couple of years in Europe, 5 years in Norway. Then we moved to Nashville, Tennessee, mid 1999. And we lived in Section 8 housing, and that's what they call it when you have 8 Africans on a twin size bed. Rent was $8 for us until my youngest brother was born in 2001, and the rent went from $8 to $0. And my dad was happy about that. We got to save $8. That's like, that was like 3 Happy Meals back then. Now $8 is like a half of a gallon of gas, with inflation and everything. But didn't grow up with a lot, so I guess I was always wired to be naturally grateful. And then, as somebody who had the fortunate experience of being able to work at the psychiatric hospital from age 21 to like 27, I spent like 7 years in the psych hospital learning, talking to people, hearing their stories. And when you've seen somebody lose touch with reality, when you talk to people who come up to you and they have to ask, hey, like, are those 2 cups right there? Or is that like a sheet of paper behind that cup? Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, that's a double cup right there, 2 cups, and then a pen and paper. Oh, thank you. I couldn't tell if that was real or not. Thank you so much. When you talk to people who are experiencing psychosis, do you know how scary psychosis can be? You lose touch with reality. You can't tell if things are real or not. Right now, I'm looking at this camera right here. I know this is a Sony ZV-E10, and I have another Sony camera in the other room, my brother's room. I'm looking at the laptop. The laptop is open. I have 3 tabs open. This one says Google. The middle tab says Online Notepad, and then the tab to my left is the Seahawks and 49ers stream. I may or may not watch football streams online. I got a plug. I can't share that. But yeah, I got a laptop here, 3 tabs open, a camera pointing at me. I can hear the refrigerator. I got this acoustic guitar to my right. There are no perceptual disturbances right here. I'm in touch with reality. Do you know how much of a blessing that is? That's a huge blessing. It's a huge blessing. And psychosis is not permanent. That's why we have medications for it. And a lot of times it comes from, people might be using substances and things like that. So, the paranoia, the perceptual disturbances, the auditory and visual hallucinations will fade away. And that's why we do that's why we do what we do at the hospital. Like, we take care of business so that people can get their minds back. And it's a fulfilling job to work at the psych hospital. It's the best job I've ever had. Amazing job. People experience psychosis. So if you wake up and you see the laptop there and it's actually a laptop there, that's a big blessing. People don't realize that. Depression, when you're depressed, everything is harder to do. Your to-do list gets longer. The dishes start to pack up. Things don't get put away. You isolate. You feel bad because you're not productive. You're not productive because you feel bad. Depression is an illness. It's a real thing. It's hard to enjoy life when you're depressed. Having a sound mind where you're in touch with reality, where you're not depressed, or where you're not too actively depressed. Depression happens. It comes in waves, and life has its ups and downs, but a sound mind, no psychosis, no depression. You can make an argument for mania as well, but mania is more enjoyable. So, I think depression is a better example. But as enjoyable as mania is, you tend to ruin a lot of relationships. You can get yourself in a lot of debt. Take you months, maybe years to get out of it. You can do a lot of things that you weren't too proud of. You weren't able to exercise your best judgment because it wasn't really you. It was you, but it's a mental illness. You got to give yourself some grace. A sound mind. Being able to sleep and wake up. These are things that people don't really realize are blessings. We take these things for granted. Every now and then, as grateful as I am, I do take these things for granted. I have to just remind myself and recalibrate and just realize that, hey, this is a blessing. I get to wake up today. I get to take my dog on a walk. I get to make videos for you all. I get to make TikToks. I get to do comedy. I get to live stream. I have my mind. I can make decisions. Sometimes I don't make the best decisions. I know. And you can blame my ADHD or whatever the case may be, but I'm not going to beat myself up. I'll just do my best to make some decisions that I'm proud of. And, we can have an awful Tuesday. Wake up the next day. All right, it's Wednesday. Let's get it. Yeah, I messed up. Yeah, I texted my ex or whatever. That's how ADHD is. You wake up with an intention to, make healthy decisions. You start off with a healthy breakfast, and by the end of the day, you're texting your ex talking about, hey, stranger, we mess up here and there. It's all good. It's cool. We keep it moving. We keep it rolling. But just the ability to make decisions, or to make a bad decision and realize, that wasn't my finest hour. I'm going to keep pushing. That was yesterday. Tomorrow's a new day. I'm moving forward. To be able to wake up and to see things and to be in touch with reality. A huge blessing. We're in a world where you turn on the TV, all that stuff, trauma, just making you more negative. When your mood is negative, it's hard to attract things that you want. You have to do your best to keep a positive mindset, positive mood. The majority of my energy in the mornings, it goes towards having a positive mindset. If I'm having a mood, all right, cool. We'll jog it off. We'll do what we can, but I don't want to take that bad energy and put it on other people. I'm gonna do my best to. If I'm having a funky mood, all right, cool. I'll do the minimum I can, and then say to myself for a little bit, and figure out a way to turn it on and extract what I can get out of the day. But a sound mind allows you to, rationalize these things, to think about things. It's really difficult to get anything done without a sound mind. We're always aiming for a lot of things. We have, dreams and aspirations, and we always want to get to that next level, but we forget to realize that right now, a lot of us are living our dreams. There's a lot of blessings right now in the present, but if you don't have a sound mind, how can you pick up on these things? Anxiety. How can I let this video end without talking about anxiety? When you're so anxious, you can't have a sound mind because your anxiety is making you live in the future. Your anxiety is making you be too perfect. When you're too perfect, you can't get anything done. You probably won't start. You're going to procrastinate because you're not confident that you can get the thing done as perfectly as you like for it to be. So now we're not productive because we gotta be perfect. You're living in the future. You're trying to make decisions based off of things that haven't happened yet. How can you be present if you're anxious? Anxiety is living in the future. But we're here in this current moment. But we're trying to make decisions for things that haven't happened yet. Things that may never happen. And even if those things do happen, even though those catastrophic things happen, all right, cool. It happened 7 months down the line. But from now until that thing 7 months later, you didn't enjoy anything. You spend every day worrying and worrying and worrying. You worried your ass off, and then we got to that one fateful day, and that bad thing happened. You could have had 7 months of peace, and then bad things are gonna happen. A bad day is coming for all of us. Newsflash. The best we can do is enjoy the time before that, and then after that happens, all right, cool. It happened, but how do we move forward? How do we move forward? Anxiety will significantly reduce the quality of your life. You can't be in the moment and enjoy if anxiety is taking over. A sound mind, a sound and healthy mind is the number one thing that you can have right now. So just keep that in mind. I got to remind myself that I'm alive, I'm healthy, my brain works, I'm able to do what I can for myself. So just taking myself through that thought process makes me grateful. It puts me in a good mood. It really does. It allows me to be there for myself, be there for my online community, be there for my family, be there for my patients, be there for, coworkers, be there for everybody in the stand-up comedy community in Los Angeles. So a sound mind. I had a I had a coworker. I remember stomach was growling. It's too late for my stomach to be growling. But I had a coworker. He once said, if he had the biggest Johnson in the world, he would trade it for a sound mind if he didn't have that. I don't disagree. I don't disagree. A sound mind will allow you to have everything that you want. We need to be grateful for the brains that we have and our ability to make decisions and our ability to work towards overcoming anxiety and depression and psychosis and mania and trauma and all this other stuff. When you have a sound mind, you have a shot. A word to the wise is enough. Once again, my name is Kojo Sarfa. I'm your Hollywood mental health expert. We gotta say these things at the end of these YouTube videos: like, comment, share, subscribe, whatever they tell you to say. But keep in mind that you can join my Patreon and you can ask me questions that way. That's my fastest way and the best way to answer your questions. I'll answer it in video form. And these YouTube videos are going to start coming. I'm going to start dropping these more because I finally have my camera here. I got my system in place. I got the little sound thingy. It's hanging off right here. So I'm feeling like a YouTuber. And also now, apparently, when you Google my name, it says YouTuber, even though TikTok is my biggest platform, and that's where people are used to seeing me at, either TikTok or Facebook. That's the next biggest one. But hey, Google says I'm a YouTuber, so now, mama, I'm a YouTuber now. So link should be in the description for the Patreon. You can use the other link for the one-on-one coaching if you need that, but most of y'all probably just need a Patreon, or the Discord, which is free. And we can interact in there. So save your money, but if you want to join the Discord, the Patreon, $5, and then of course the one-on-one coaching if you need that. But either way, I want to hear from you all in the comment section. And also just let me know your thoughts here, because I do read these comments, because they're not as cluttered as the other social media platforms. So until next time, peace.